as the score goes, I would probably say 35-30 Tennessee straight up.
Yeah, I like the over on this one too, Matt. I feel you on that one. Tennessee has that bend but don't break defense. They're going to give up yards. They're going to give up a couple of points, but they have a tendency to get the key stop when they need to get it. You know, they have that tendency there in them. And the Cincinnati's defense is just straight trash. All right, let's be honest there. But offensively, surprisingly, both of these teams are very good offensively. I didn't see this out of Ryan Tannehill. He looks like he's just picked up right where he left off last year. And same thing with Derrick Henry, who looks even stronger and bigger and faster than he looked last year, literally throwing guys across the field. That has to be so embarrassing. Like, imagine that. Just like a grown man just tossing you with one arm. Like, that's like, fuck. Anyway,
you see the way Josh Norman changed the way he played the next week after he got tossed.
Man,
he was playing like soft zone coverage against Kansas City,
he said,
and he was just like, "Nah,
good.
I'm surprised he didn't retire at halftime. take a page out of the Vontae playbook and just hang it up."
Oh,
young man's game.
But I like what you were saying there, Matt. And I think Tennessee is going to win this game. And I think that Cincinnati will keep it close. Like, Joe Burrow covers. Like, that's what he does. Like, this team covers. They don't win games, but they cover them. And I like Tennessee in this game. I'm going to go with a score of 30. And I'm going to give Cincinnati 23. All right, they keep it close, kind of score like a late touchdown and have some hopes for an onside kick. You know how that all goes. So, yeah, I'm going to roll with that one there. And it doesn't look like there's any key injuries on Jonah Williams is going to be out there. So,
yeah, Cincinnati they just traded away Dunlap or
right? Carlos Dunlap,
yeah, which isn't like the biggest deal because I don't think he's getting a whole lot of playing.
It wasn't even playing them,
yeah. So I think this is going to be a pretty good straight up matchup. Everybody seems healthy, nothing COVID related, so you're going to get the best out of both these teams.
All right. And next game on the slate, we got the Minnesota Vikings traveling to the Green Bay Packers. Packers, of course, our favorite, -6.5. Over under is 50.5. If you don't mind, I want to start this on here. Minnesota's coming off a bye week, right? Am I correct in that?
Think you are.
Yeah.
Double check.
Yeah. Last week was the Colts, Dolphins, Vikings, and Ravens last week.
Okay,
right.
So Minnesota's coming off of a bye. They're bad, and Green Bay is going to win this game too. Like, I'm just going to keep it sweet and simple. Green Bay is going to blow them out. Minnesota, they're pretty much in fire sale mode. They just traded Ngakoue after giving a second round pickup for him. There was talks that they was thinking about dealing Adam Thielen. I guess the Ravens couldn't come to terms on that one there. And Kirk Cousins is bad. And give me Green. Yeah, that's your boy. Give me Green Bay. Give me Aaron Rodgers. They're going to drop about 34, and Minnesota scores 17.
So, Matt, what you may not know if you don't listen to us every single week, I know you're a busy man. You may not have caught every single edition of SYE Beat the Odds. However, there's been this relationship that's completely arbitrary and in my mind between myself and Kirk Cousins that suddenly transpired because I seem to continuously pick him every week to cover spreads or to win games outright. And I keep being correct, don't I, Bryce? Tell the man.
You was correct on a couple of them.
A couple of them. I think like 3 out of 4. And so it's come to a point.
You've been solid.
It comes to a point where now I just irrationally pick Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings to cover or win every week.
Favorite team, Matt. That's low-key Rueter's favorite team.
So it's just snuck in there.
Yeah,
However, this week I can't bring myself to do it because I think something's changed there. I think Green Bay has absolutely emerged as one of the best teams in the NFC officially. Through the first couple of weeks, you could say that the Packers were still kind of finding their way. Devontae Adams missed some time. Rodgers doesn't ever really miss a beat, though. And you're right. This Vikings team is bad. They've also, now the difference seems to be they seem to have gone into full
quit mode,
like wave the white flag tank mode at this point. So I'm going to agree with you here that I was actually surprised that at home the Packers were only 6.5-point favorites. So give me the Packers, probably give me the over as well, because sometimes the Packers defense is liable to give up some easy scores. So give me a score somewhere like 35-20 Packers.
Yeah. I used to be so excited for Minnesota Green Bay games, but I got nothing. And I used to be a Captain Kirk fan. You know what Captain Kirk is? He's like the Buffalo Bills in the last 20 years. Previous to this season, you can't bet for him and you can't bet against him. It's really very peculiar how he operates. I think Green Bay is going to walk away with this one. I would not even touch the point spread. I honestly wouldn't. I would probably even take the under. Or you know what? I'll go over. Kirk gets a lot of stats. I've noticed, the last couple of years, and it's not enough, but he gets a lot of stats in garbage time too. After teams are already running up 30 points on him or something like that. So I'm gonna go. Oh, he missed us. He's the
Blake Bortles of 2020.
Yeah, that's Blake. Not half wrong. That's not wrong. So as far as the score wise here, I'm gonna give Green Bay 38, and I'll give the Minnesota Vikings a respectable and garbage time late in 21.
Okay.
So, yeah, I wish I could do more. And it's a divisional rival game, too, so you would think that these games are going to be tighter, but I have no optimism at all. No optimism at all for this Minnesota team.
Listen, Minnesota fans, it could be worse. And we're going to discuss worse right now because
what a segue, Bryce.
You like that? The New York Jets. I know y'all like that.
Another segue right after Kirk Cousins. This guy's killing it tonight.
I'm on fire right now, man. Shout out to this beer I'm drinking. The New York Jets is traveling to KC to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. This spread is fucking ridiculous. Like the Kansas City is favored by 19.5. And it was worse than that. It was 21. And when it first opened up, and the over/under is 49. Matt, what are you thinking, bro?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I am putting money. If I were a betting man, I would put money on the Jets to cover the spread. I would. That's huge, right? It's almost like it's almost a gimme. Maybe
the same Jets team that scored 10 points and then couldn't move the ball against the Buffalo Bills. that team you want to trust?
If it means me winning big money, oh my God, 20 points practically, I would take a risk on that. I would. That's a big spread. And I mean, I think Casey's going to put the hurt on him early and pull back the reins a little bit because maybe some garbage time. I mean, it's ridiculous and a huge testament to how crappy the Jets are. But I would take the spread on that. As far as the over-under goes, Casey's been interesting. It's not like they're not like this. They're not relying on Patrick Mahomes too much lately, right? He's getting that. He got that money, and they're still winning games. Don't get me wrong, but he's not world beating like league MVP number Patty Mahomes anymore. They have a very balanced offense, and it's for a good reason too. It's a very balanced offense, a lot of running, a lot of clock killing, and it's worked to their advantage for most of the season. I would take the under on this. And I am going to go. Oh, Christ.
That is spoken like a true person looking at a Jets game. Christ.
I don't know. I mean, they were up a touchdown on the Bills last week, and it's like
they were up 10 points, and then they couldn't move. Like they legit couldn't move.
I know. 4 yards in the second half.
Like what
4 yards in the second half.
And the Bills defense is not. This isn't the Bills defense of last year. Like this is 2020 COVID Bills. Like come on.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say 35. No, I'm trying to work my math out right here. You know what? I'll figure a way out. We'll go 33. 33 to 16.
Wow.
I think, is that under? Yeah, that's like right there.
Okay.
That's close enough.
Okay. All right, man. I love you, bro. I honestly love you. I'm sorry, you're wrong. This is my lock. This is my lock of the week. This is in. Just book it. KC is gonna fuck them up. Like, this is gonna be bad. This is gonna be bad. Like, they're gonna score.
I wish I could believe you.
They might score. They might score 50 by themselves. They might not even need to score any points to reach these over under. I'm picking KC in this one. They're going to cover easily. Like, this is an easy cover. This Jets team is probably the worst football team I've ever seen. Between them and the 0-16 Browns, this team is so bad. They don't protect Darnold. I don't even know who their receivers are anymore. Who's there on their defense? Like, who is this team? And like,
I don't know. Adam
Gates is still there for some reason. Like, come on. Him and Greg Williams are fucking duking it out in the locker room after games and shit. Like, come on, man. This is the most dysfunctional franchise ever. I fucking love it. And they play in New Jersey. They're the fucking New York Jets, and they play in New Jersey. This team is so bad. Chiefs,
they are the worst.
I'm legit saying this. The Chiefs are scoring 50. The Jets are going to score 10 points. Like, this is going to be bad. Matter of fact, no. The Jets score 6 points. I'm not even giving. Matter of fact, no. This Jets scores 3 points, 50-3. Book it. Book it.
Yeah.
Book it.
I've seen a lot of teams, like, they don't, unless it was like Baltimore, like beating up on like Cleveland or another team. You see a lot of these teams, they don't like to kill people anymore. They don't like to blow them out. I don't know.
They don't have a choice. The Jets make you blow them out. It's not like teams go in there like, all right, listen. We're not going to try to kill y'all. The Jets is like, what you mean you're not going to kill us? Hey, hold my beer. Rueter.
Yeah, well, I've been put in the interesting spot of Bryce's commentary and Matt's commentary, and I think my only choice here is to play somewhere in the middle and say that I think, although 20 is a lot, and right up until last week, I think I would have completely agreed with Matt that this is not the same Kansas City Chiefs that was out there just blowing kids out of the water like they've been the last couple years. Just about every game they played was a little bit tighter. The games that they won, they never won by more than 16 until last week before they just completely dismantled the Broncos team that's eerily reminiscent of this Jets team. So I don't know that it's 50-3, but I could certainly see like 40-14 in the future or something like that. I think.
You think?
My only hesitation is that 19.5 points at the time that we're picking this is a ton.
Okay, listen. But, I get the 19.5 points. I get that. I understand that that's almost 3 touchdowns. But take that points and put it with the team that is getting these points, and then it's just like they need more points. Like, come on, that's, like that is they need more points. They need 24. They need they need about 28. They need 4 touchdowns.
I hear you. I think I'm not disagreeing with you, man. I think I'm with it. I think give me somewhere in that range. That 40-14 or 35-14, something like that. So I could totally see it. Give me reluctantly, not as with as much fervor as you, but reluctantly give me the Chiefs here.
Reluctantly. Come on. This is easy. That's easy money. I literally bet that, like 19.5 now too. I gotta bet that. I gotta go bet that.
It's a turnover and a weird play on special teams to start the game away from being 25 points. That's a shit ton.
No, it's a turnover. It's a turnover for the Jets fucking it up and turning the ball back over and the Chiefs scoring on that turnover. I'm
Frank
drunk,
Gore's
guys.
gonna have a career day. No, that's cool. Frank Gore's gonna have a career day, man.
Frank Gore's gonna go off.
He's some
other cat we haven't heard of yet. It's gonna emerge.
They got a fucking 50-year-old running back as their lead back. This dude has been playing since fucking 1996, and then they got fucking Joe Flacco trying to save the day. Come on, man.
Oh, Darnold's back. Right?
But Joe Flacco was playing games. Like, he should not be playing. Joe Flacco played 2 games. I'm sorry.
If Flacco finds a way somehow, if he finds his way back into his starting position and wins one single game with the New York Jets, Joe Flacco is an elite quarterback.
You got to give it to him at that point.
If he wins one game,
does it change your mind at all? Just one game, Joe. Bryce, does it change your mind at all if I were to tell you that Sammy Watkins is out? Does that help at all? Does that change your mind at all?
That helps a lot. Now,
does that do it?
Now I double down if I'm playing